and good evening. My name is Luciana Da Silva. You are watching Onwards and Upwards, everything a global nurse needs to know to live and work in the United States. Of course, if you would like to start your American dream, go to our website. It's amnhealthcare.com/international. Turn in your application. Our recruiters are waiting for you. We have an amazing show coming up today. First of all, we're going to, of course, be speaking with several of our wonderful healthcare workers talking about life in Kentucky. What's it like living in Kentucky? Then we'll have Joy, special Joy, Dream Jobs with Joy to tell you about the latest opportunities, followed by Holly with your clinical corner, latest clinical tips. So let's go ahead and get started. Please put your name in the chat. Let us know where you're from and why. How about this? What are you grateful for? That in the chat too. Let's get some conversation going here. We have, okay, I got to pull my computer and first see the chat. Good morning, everyone from Jamaica. Arlene is saying, Williams is in Ghana. Welcome, Williams. Liesel, Saudi Arabia. Wonderful to see you. And Bilal saying hello. Good morning to everybody. Let's get started and bring in our guests for today. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, welcome both of you. Let's start with some introductions. Ladies first, please.
Oh, hello. Hi everyone. I'm Wendy. I work in Kentucky as a medical technologist. I work in a special lab and I'm working night shifts. I'm about 1 year and 7 months now in USA.
1 year and 7 months. It's so exciting. All right, now, gentlemen, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hello. My name is Bashar Ibrahim. I'm a medical technologist. I work at University of Louisville Health Jewish Hospital. I also work night shift.
Night shift. So you're probably just getting off work then, perhaps.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes, I came back from work and
well,
I'm
we
going back.
so Well, we so appreciate for both of you taking the time to join us. We know that you're very busy. Both medical technologists, we do hire allied workers here at AMN Healthcare. Again, go to our website, amnhealthcare.com/international. So let's go back to Wendy here. Why did you decide to come to the United States?
Well, at that time it was pandemic in the Philippines. The when pandemic happened, the opportunities opened in all over the world, not just in USA, also in Australia, Canada. But at that time, I feel like USA is the easiest way to go out of the Philippines to grab opportunities for personal and career growth.
Absolutely. And you said you've been here for a year and a half?
A year and 7 months, yeah.
Oh, wow, a little bit more then. Bashar, why did you decide to come to the United States?
Well, I was just browsing on LinkedIn and I saw a, a Lisa requesting for medical technologists who would like to work in the US if you have a SCP certification. And I just decided to send my resume, and that's how it started.
That is the first step to becoming a medical technologist here in the United States. You have to get your ASCPI certification, and then you can apply, and we will hook you up. We have a lot of medical technologists, and you both are just such an amazing example of the wonderful life you can have here. Wendy, tell us about your journey. What was it like getting ready to come to the United States? What's involved there?
Well, coming from the Philippines, if you're going out as an OFW or like overseas Filipino workers, you have to have documents with the POEA. It's like an agency in the Philippines that has something to do with the um, people going outside the Philippines for work. So it's kind of not smooth really because it was working. with AMN, actually, it's like a blessing in disguise for me. It's like because I was actually a direct hire in this in my hospital, but then because of all the documents that I need to process in the Philippines, I have to be under an agency to process that. So they referred me to be under AMN, which is the partner agency of my hospital. And it was nice. It was nice. It was just smooth and no problems at all.
What about you, Bashar? What was your journey like?
Well, after submitting my resume to Lisa, I think she set up an interview. We did an interview within maybe around 2 weeks, and then she requested for some. Okay, she requested for if we have a specific place that we want to work in the US. I said, well, my only option is I don't want where it's so cold, where it snows a lot. And she said, okay, because she already have Kentucky in mind. She said, no, the place is like in the Midwest and there is not a lot of snow, so the place would be okay for me. And I remember my friend wanted not to be in the countryside, and she said it's still okay because it's a city. So that's how it started.
And where are you located?
I stay in Louisville, Kentucky.
In northern Kentucky. What's the name of the city there?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
Yes,
Wonderful. And Wendy, where are you located? Louisville as well, correct?
Yes, yes, we're the same.
That is an amazing experience for our guests who have never been to Kentucky. You are in the South, and there is a culture that is absolutely beautiful, and we're going to learn more about that today. Wendy, what had you heard about Kentucky before you decided to take the position and move here?
Honestly, when I was in the Philippines, I really don't. I know nothing about Kentucky. I know nothing about other states here. Like I didn't know what are the states here. I just know the famous states that we know. But Kentucky, really nothing. So when I heard about Kentucky, I researched it and then I learned that it's like a I think it's a horse. It has something to do with horse. I'm not sure if it's a horse capital of the United States, but it has something to do with the horse. They have like a derby season here, and that's pretty much it.
The Kentucky Derby. Everybody wears these big hats and
Yeah,
the big hats, and you go to the races with your gloves.
right, festival, something like that.
Absolutely. Bashar, what was your impression of Kentucky whenever you arrived?
when I arrived, well, by the time I arrived, I have already researched about Kentucky. I know it's the city of Muhammad Ali. I know the Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, and uh, one of my favorite bands, that the Backstreet Boys. Two of the members are from Lexington, Kentucky. So that's what I know.
The Backstreet Boys, that
Yes.
makes you larger than life. Yeah, I like to sing on this show every now and then. Apologies on that. So here we are. It is fall. And Wendy, what is the fall like there? The leaves changing?
It started to change. It's not gonna full bloom like the peak of the fall, but the leaves are starting to change and the weather is starting to cool down. So yeah.
Bashar, have you celebrated Halloween yet?
Well, I have not celebrated. I'm globally at work, so I have not celebrated, but I have seen people decorating their houses. And I think last year, I can't remember whether I'm at work on that particular day, but I expected to see children going for trick or treat, but I don't see anything.
Well, Halloween is a really fun holiday here in the United States. Wendy, tell us about your Halloween experience.
Oh, well, I can say that Halloween here is like a big thing. Like they really, Yeah, like those are the photos. So that's a neighborhood here in Louisville, and that neighborhood, like that whole street, is covered with like Halloween decorations in their houses. And it's it's a big thing because it's not cheap to decorate a house, especially also I saw last year like a very big skeleton. It's like it's like a giant skeleton. So and when you look at it in the prices of it, it's like it goes up to $500. So it's yeah, but it's nice. It's nice.
All kinds of costumes. And do either of you have a costume for this year picked out already?
Uh, None. I'm not planning to be a part of any Halloween party, but in our apartment, actually, they do host Halloween parties.
Wonderful. Well, just to get into the Halloween spirit a little bit, let's do a fun quiz with the audience. We have a few questions here, and we'll ask them to the audience. Please put in the chat what you think the answers are, and we'll check with Bashar and Wendy. What do kids do on Halloween to get candy? Is it A, play spooky games, B, carve pumpkins, or C, go trick-or-treating? Put your answers in the chat. Let us know what you think. We have Mel saying C. That's very good. And we have Maria, who is also saying C. We have Nova, C as well. And we have Perdido, who is saying B. Wendy, Rashad, do you know the answer?
Letter C.
Is it C? Is it C? Yeah! Very good job. Next question. What are the traditional Halloween colors? A, orange and black, B, red and black, or C, black and white? Put your answers in the chat. Nick Mima is saying B. Your Forgetten saying C. And we have Martha saying A. We have Nova saying A. What is the answer? Bashar and Wendy, do you know?
I think it's letter A.
A, orange and black. Very good. Orange are for the pumpkins, and black is to signify the nights, the black of the nights. Next question. What do you call a person who drinks blood and can turn into a bat? Is it A, a vampire, B, a bloodsucker, or C, a bat witch? Put your answers in the chat. I hope everybody's having fun with this. We love Halloween here. We love Halloween. Forgetting is saying A. Paolo is saying A. Nova is saying A. Namika is saying A. What is the answer? Let's see the answer.
Vampire.
Vampire.
Very good. Wonderful. It is a vampire. This animal is associated with witches and bad luck if one crosses your path. Is it A, a bat, B, a black cat, or C, a wolf? Paul is saying A, a bat. Pilau is saying A. It's also a bat. We have Gladys saying B, a black cat. Paul is saying B, a black cat. Bashar and Wendy, what's the answer?
It's a black cat.
Absolutely. A, it's actually, it's B. Yeah, you're right. It's B. It's a black cat. If a black cat crosses your path, beware. Well, you both seem to already be pros at Halloween, whether you know it or not. All right. Now that we've had some fun with Halloween, let's get back to Kentucky here. Wendy, tell us, in the city that you live, what is it like? What is the city like?
It's a pretty decent city. It's not a big city, like big, but I like it this way because it's like it's nice because it has a lot of groceries, like you're complete with groceries, with you have like coffee shops, you have a lot of parks, um workout gyms, climbing gyms, it's like it's a complete uh thing in Louisville, but it's not like other states like where it's so chaotic. So I think this. Yeah, so it's like it's just okay. It's just fine.
Wonderful. And Bashar, what are your thoughts about Kentucky in general? Have you traveled around the state?
Well, I've been to only Boston, Kentucky during the Muslim Eid al-Kabir. I went there to buy a sheep to sacrifice for the Eid.
What
So I've been there twice in 2023 and 2024.
wonderful. Have you been able to travel outside of the state yet? You haven't been here very long.
I've been here for over 1 year, 10 months, I think. I've been to Cincinnati and Chicago, been to
And
Cincinnati
these
in Ohio and in Chicago,
where are these
Chicago,
photos here
Illinois.
that we're seeing?
Yes, some are here in Louisville, others are in Cincinnati, and some in Chicago.
You look like you have a wonderful family and a lot of friends. Speaking of friends,
Mm.
Wendy, what's the social scene like there? Was it easy? Has it been easy to make friends? What are people in Kentucky like?
Um, I think people in the Midwest are generally friendly and warm, even if the climate is not really warm here. But yeah, so it's just easy to befriend people here because it's like um everybody says hello. It's like even it's like strangers, they love small talk. And I also like it here because there's a big Filipino community in Kentucky. So there are nurses, there are medical technologists, there are also other other professions like J1 visas. So everything is like fine here. Everyone is friendly.
We have heard that that is a wonderful area of the country, that people are very, very warm.
Hmm.
Bashar, what do you do in your free time? Have you also made friends? What do you like to do for fun?
Well, specifically, I have, I only sit down at home and watch television sometimes. And apart from sleeping, since I work night shift, mostly in the daytime, in the morning, I sleep in the morning. And then later on, maybe I watch television and that's it. But we have also a Nigerian community and the Muslim community that we go to the mosque sometimes. But generally, I don't go out much unless when the family wants to go out, maybe shopping or other places.
Well, speaking of going out, let's talk a little bit about the food. I understand that Kentucky has some delicious food. Wendy, what have you eaten? What have you tried? And what was delicious?
Um, Everything. I It's like here in Kentucky, it's like a melting pot, I think. It's not really like a melting pot like other states, but it's melting pot in a sense that you can see other nationalities in here. So it means also that they cater I mean, the businesses in here cater for the taste buds of these other nationalities. So I have a very generous director in my laboratory, and he always, like every month when he comes to visit us, he always buy us foods, and we always like to explore different restaurants, Mediterranean, Mexican, Italian, Asian, like name it all, it's all in here. So it's very nice.
Yes, we love to eat it. And actually, Bashar, you had mentioned the Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yes, I think the KFC and Chick-fil-A, that's what I tried. And then we have been to an Indian restaurant with friends. That's one of the pictures that I sent. Some of my colleagues, my family, we went there and ate an Indian biryani and sun club. And then I think I tried the Cuban food at,
Yeah.
is it the Jefferson Mall? I think.
That is very true that in the United States, you can get any kind of food you want. And it can be from any country, you will find it. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about Kentucky with our audience. You guys want to do a trivia one more? And let's do it about Kentucky. Yeah? All right, let's take a look. All right, audience, get ready. Well, it looks like the first one is Muhammad Ali. I don't know what the question was there. Oh, give it just a second. Okay. What is the capital of Kentucky? Is it A, Frankfurt, B, Louisville, or C, Lexington? We got this country music going. I need to get out my cowboy hat. Audience, put your answers in the chat here. We have Darren saying B. We have Suzanne saying A. We have Sada Wall saying A. Fajay is saying A. What is the answer?
It's letter A.
A.
A. Very good. All right, next question. Which famous fast food chain was originally founded in Kentucky? Bashar gave you a hint on this one earlier. Namika is saying C. We have Gladys saying C. We have Paul saying B. Rachel is saying B. What is the answer? Let's reveal it. Bashar?
KFC.
KFC. Wonderful. Kentucky Fried Chicken, right in the name. All right. Who was the American professional boxer born in Louisville, Kentucky on January 17, 1942? Is it A, Mike Tyson, B, Joe Louis, C, Muhammad Ali? Let's see. Jamina is saying B. Paul is saying C. We have lots of people playing here. Gopal is saying C. Nova C. Namika's B. Let's reveal the answer. C. Muhammad Ali, the boxer. And Bashar, you were saying that that's what you had heard about with Kentucky before you went there, right?
Yes.
That's wonderful. Such a culture there. Let's talk a little bit about transportation. So, transportation in the United States and in Kentucky is very different than other places in the world. Wendy, tell us about that. When you first got here, how did you go about transportation and what advice could you give our audience?
Um, well, transportation here, because it's a city in Louisville, there's a variety of transportation. We have Lyft, we have Uber, we have bus, we have taxi, and we have scooters and bikes on the summer. But when I arrived here, it's part of the AMN services that they provide a concierge for a certain period of hours. So I never had a hard time with transportation because I have like a concierge or a driver with me for assistance.
Did you buy a car?
Oh, I just recently bought a car. Yeah, so but like it took me what, a year and a half before I buy a car because it's like because we have the bus here. It's on our salary. We have a portion that we have a portion of our salary that goes to this public transportation system. So when you're employed in the hospital, in my hospital, you're actually free to ride on this public transportation systems. And for a year and a half, that's what I've been using for groceries, for whenever I want to go into places here in Louisville, because it's part of my salary deduction, so I use it. But a car is always a necessity here, especially it's a big state.
If you want to go around, it's probably a good
hmm
idea. Bashar, do you take the bus to work? Do you have a car? How are you getting around?
When I came, I used to walk to, to my place of work. I know the bus is free, but I used to walk initially. But when my family came, then I started using the bus because we stayed together with a friend. She said she cannot walk, so we use the bus because it's free. When we want to go out shopping or other things, then we can call Lyft or Uber and then move
hmm
around the city.
An Uber's pretty inexpensive, isn't it? In Louisville?
Well, it's not like every now and then. It's just once in a while when you need it. That's
hmm
when you call Lyft or Uber.
Bashar, you mentioned you moved here also with your family. What is that? What was that like for your family? This
Well, they
transition.
like it because I have three children. Two are in University of Louisville currently. One is sophomore, and then the little one is a middle school. So it's because of the little one now that I'm planning to buy a car because he lost transportation with the change in the transportation system, school transport, JCPS transportation system in Louisville in the Jefferson County.
That's wonderful. What about Wendy? Whenever you came to the United States and it's your first day of work, you've moved here.
Mhm.
What was your first day of work like? What was that like?
First day of work. It was fun. No, really, it was fun because in my work we all it's because it's a special lab. We are only composed of a few people, so it's like it's a small team. And amazingly, it was actually it was winter when I started here. So my manager really picked me up in the hotel, and we we go together. We went together to the hospital, and then when I came there, like there's flowers, there's greetings. They are very so welcoming. And aside from that, because we're only a small team, they gave me like a welcome gift. Was this warmers, because it's like it's winter at that time. Warmers, kitchen things, and just for to start life in the US.
Bashar, what about you? What was your first day of work like?
Well, the first day of work, there was an orientation which we did at home. We just stay at the hotel and did the orientation from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. So it's like a first day, or not the first day, but after the orientation, I received a text message from my supervisor saying that, okay, I should be at the lab the next day by 6 a.m. I was saying, what? 6 a.m.? It's like she made a mistake. It's supposed to be 8. So I called her back and she said, no, it's 6 a.m. But if I cannot make it, I should come by 8. I said, no, since it's 6 a.m. that they will start, okay, I'll be there by 6 a.m. And that's how it started. The next day,
Mhm.
Tuesday, I went there by 6 a.m. and started with my training.
How did AMN support you during this time, Bashar?
Well, from the airport, they sent a concierge who picked me up, took me to
Mhm.
the hotel. The next morning, he took me to the hospital for the medicals, and then shopping, getting a phone. In fact, everything that I needed within those first few days, I think is was handled by EMS through the concierge that they sent.
And Wendy, you mentioned some welcoming gifts and things like
Mhm.
that you received, but tell us the other ways that AMN supported you throughout this whole journey.
Um, I've mentioned a while ago that they provided a concierge for period certain of hours to help you with go around the city, especially with the medical, getting your SIM card or your phone, groceries, and such things. But then they also provided 1 month accommodation, and that is very helpful because when you arrive here, you don't have anything to go like a shelter, or you don't have like even if you have friends, you don't even know if they could provide you a room or that. So it's very pricey if you're gonna pay daily for a hotel. So it's nice that they cover that also.
Sounds like such a journey, just from the beginning to the end there, and it's still going, right? Of course, if you are watching and you would like to start your journey to the United States, your journey to success, to the American dream, go to our website and apply now, amnhealthcare.com/international. We are ready to take your application, so please apply. Bashar, Wendy mentioned about, just her journey and the arrival, and you did as well. I want to back up a little bit. What was the recruitment process like for you? You applied, then what happened?
Well, I applied, and within a few days, I got an interview with Elisa. And then after that, she said, okay, we are coming to Louisville, Kentucky. So she will set up an interview. I think within the next another 2 weeks, we had an interview with the lab management. And then we got an offer. I applied in December, I think December 2022. And then by 1st of February 2023, I have an offer at hand. So it was smooth. It was the process of the visa screening because I had to consult all the institutions I attended to get a transcript, evaluation, the English exam. That was what delayed the whole process. But the interview, the offer, and after getting the visa screen, everything was smooth.
Wendy, were you scared? Did you have any fear before you came? Was it what kind of feelings did you have during that time? To me, I would be so scared.
It's a mixed feeling actually. It's I've been waiting for this for about a year. I mean, I've been waiting to step into the United States for about a year. Like I have complete papers already, so I was so excited. But at the same time, when it's like a week before, it's like your flight. It's like that's the time that it's really sinking in. It's like, oh, I'm going away. It's like it's gonna be a 26-hour flight. I'm gonna be thousands of miles away in my comfort zone here in my home country. So it's a mixed feeling. But it's part of career and personal growth, and you just have to go and grab it.
And Bashar, you mentioned your three children and that they're going, two of them are going to university here. When you came and you came with the family, what were the feelings of your children? Were they excited? Were they sad? Did it take them a long time to adjust when they got here?
So actually, I came alone after getting accommodation and then getting set. Then that's when I sent them. They went for the visa, and then I came in January 11th, I think, and they arrived here April 24th. So it was later that they came and then started getting used to the place. They were excited when coming. Yes, they were excited, but the journey was a long journey, so they were really tired when they reached here.
And was it easy to find schools for them, especially your youngest?
Yes, it was easy. I applied online, and within is it a week or 2 weeks? Within a week or 2 weeks, he was assigned to school. My daughter, that has to go to the University of Louisville. She applied, we did everything, and it was fully sponsored by the place of work because they have a tuition benefit. So there was no hassle to get the admission.
Congratulations, then, to have your children in university here. That's absolutely wonderful. That's them achieving their American dream now, right?
Yes.
I love that. We absolutely love the stories here that everyone shares. Wendy, now that you are in Kentucky, you've been there for a while. Where have you traveled? Have you gone around this state?
Um, Around the state, yeah, but I think I only went to I think was named Red River Gorge. That's from other states. Sorry,
Oh,
I
so
don't
tell
I
us about your travels. Yeah, tell us all of it.
okay. Oh yeah, here in Kentucky, I already went to Red River Gorge and Natural Bridge. That's the only thing that I went here. Because I don't drive much in around Kentucky because I just had my car right now. So, but then all over the US, I already traveled to quite a few states. Yeah, I've traveled to Utah, to West Virginia, to Missouri, Illinois, New York, to name a few. So It was fun because USA is very big and it gives you the country is like the best of both worlds. It's like you have snow, you have summer, spring, fall, so it's the best of both worlds for every for this country.
Bashar, do you have any trips? Is there any place in the United States that you really want to go and see and take your family and tour around?
Well, there is not really a specific place, but with time we'll plan and we'll go there. Normally, I think my wife wanted just because of the name, she likes Cincinnati, Ohio, and that's how we went to Cincinnati. From there, we took an Amtrak train to Chicago, and then after our sightseeing in Chicago, we flew back to Louisville. So that was exciting. And that's they enjoyed the trip.
Let's pull up the map of Kentucky again if we can. I want to show for our viewers to see that Kentucky is very central there. Look at how many states actually border Kentucky. So you have
Mhm.
Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, Tennessee, Missouri, and it's just right in the middle. So it's very easy if you want to go to the northeast, if you want to go to the south, if you want to go out west. I tell you, I had to do a wedding. I went to a wedding in Louisville, and I took the wrong turn as I was driving through. I took the wrong turn, and all of a sudden, I see this sign, and I'm in Indiana. And I was like, how did this happen? How am I in Indiana now? And it's just really, really neat that it's so central, like I was saying. Now, Bashar, tell us a little bit about your clinic in general. You talked about your own experience, but what is the clinic like? What types of technologies are there?
Well, the Jewish hospital is popular in Louisville. It is, well, how will I describe it? It's a very big hospital that we service the lab, service the heart hospital, the Fraser Rehabilitation Institute, and the main Jewish hospital itself, and the outpatient. Like I have seen a message from the CEO that last year we attended to 2 million patients.
Wow.
2 million, is that right?
Yes.
Wow, that's incredible. Wendy, tell us about your clinic and where you work.
Um, yeah, so I work in a special lab. It's called the histocompatibility lab. So we are more on histocompatibility testings, DNA, and HLA. So yeah, like I told you, we are only a small team, but our census is like lower than the core lab, but we are more working on solid organ transplants, particularly heart, kidney, pancreas, lungs, and yeah, that's it, liver. So those are the five major solid organs that we are working with.
All part of helping to save lives and helping others. That's absolutely wonderful. And actually, we are recruiting histotechs and cytotechs right now. So please, if you are a histotech or a cytotech, if you specialize in those two fields, apply. We are ready for you. amnhealthcare.com/international. We're also looking for occupational therapists, physical therapists, the all of these allied jobs. They're just phenomenal and so many great opportunities. But Sean, about the technology, I want to go back a little bit on the technology. Was there anything that surprised you when you arrived in your clinic that's different from your home country?
Well, here they have the equipment that can test more. That's how we have automation line. We have automation line, so with the automation it helps to have a more volume of tests done because daily I don't have any official figure, but I think we run around 2,400 tubes per day. And with that, I have seen equipment that I have never seen, only seen in textbooks, like the thromboelastography that we used to run. Like when they are having the kidney transplant that she is talking about, the kidney or liver transplant. So we'll be getting a sample and running the samples to see that if the transplant is going smooth or not. So that's
Sounds
thromboelastography. I've never seen it until when I came here.
Mhm.
yeah. Wendy, how is your work environment different from the Philippines? What did you notice?
Mm, very much different when it comes to the machines and processes. My laboratory right now, or my clinic right now, is high complexity lab, and there's no room for error because I am dealing with transplantation, and sometimes we also have like living donor transplantations. But then also in here, it's very professional. It's like you have to get out or like clock out if it's like it's time for you to go home. You don't have to do overtimes without pay. And when you have issues, everyone is like very professional, and you deal your issues in the workplace, so you don't have to be personal with your other colleagues.
It's very specialized, and getting you have to be certified. So, Wendy,
Mhm.
how did you go about even getting certified to see ASCPI? Is that correct?
Um, so ASCPI is like the major certification that needs that or a license that was needed to go to work here in the US as a medical laboratory scientist. But there are also different certifications and licenses if you work in special labs, like you
Of
mentioned about,
course.
yeah, the histotech and cytotechs. And right now, I am not yet certified as a CHT, but I am working with that with my manager because I have to be certified in about a year to 1 to 3 years.
Wow. So it's that continuing education, continuing your
Hmm.
success, reinventing yourself all the time, getting smarter and smarter, right?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we are running out of time here, but I want to ask you both for some final advice for our viewers. Bashar, if you could give anyone who is thinking about making this jump to come to the United States and live here and work here, for our nurses, we do give green cards as well. What is your piece of advice, Bashar?
Well, they have to be patient. They have to be patient because normally it takes time. It's not like you just apply, you get an offer, and then you just come. No, the processes do take time. You have to be patient. And I know it's capital intensive, but you still have to be patient.
Patience. What about you, Wendy? What's your final piece of advice?
Um, what's my final piece of advice? I'd say don't give up, especially right now. I see a lot of because we have a group in Facebook that I see a lot of complete papers already that are ready to go out of the Philippines, trying to find employers here in the US, but they couldn't find one because maybe pandemic we are already okay with pandemic. So like there's a lot of competition already, not only in the Philippines but also in other parts of the world and in the country as well. So do not give up on your dreams. Just hang on it, and if you have to do other second options like doing like going on agencies, because a lot of like going to direct hires, but if you need to go to an agency for a smoother process, then go for it.
Absolutely. And AMN Healthcare International, we actually offer both direct hire and staffing. So you can go either way, and we have opportunities all over the United States. So if you are an RN with your NCLEX, please apply as well at amnhealthcare.com/international. And right now, just to talk to the nurses, we are going through retrogression. The fastest way for you to get here is if you do staffing right now for this time, because we can go ahead and file your I-140 very quickly for you and get your process started. Make sure you have your NCLEX and experience. Make sure that you follow our social pages for all of the latest opportunities and the requirements, and get your wonderful journey started. And of course, we are here with our show Onwards and Upwards every other week. Thank you both so much, Bashar and Wendey. We really appreciate it. We know you're very hard workers, so please get some rest, and we really appreciate everything that you do.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Switching gears a little bit now, let's check in on the latest job opportunities with Joy.
Hi, Lucy. Hi, everyone. Good morning. How are you?
Morning. Good. How are you doing, Joy?
I'm fine. So
Where are you
fine.
joining us from? You are in
I'm based in the Philippines.
based in the Philippines, in a beautiful place there.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. So tell us about the latest opportunities here at AMN.
Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to Onwards and Upwards. So today, as you are aware that, by the way, I'm Joy Bansagan. I am the placement manager with AMN Healthcare. So as you are aware that AMN is the only company with both direct and staffing opportunities. So it means there's a lot of opportunities for you. So today I'll be talking about nursing opportunities for a direct opportunity for one of the largest healthcare group in Pennsylvania, and we have hospital interview scheduled on December 5. So we are recruiting for their three hospitals. So what we're looking for is we're looking for nurses who already passed NCLEX. So with at least 2 years of nursing experience, and it is very important that you must be continue working in the bedside throughout the duration of the immigration process. So what they're offering. So the hospital is this is a direct. So they're offering a very competitive rates. Uh, the salary is based on the years of experience and qualification, and will be the same as American nurses. So it means the more years of experience you have, the higher the rate is. They also pay for the immigration cost. They provide a stipend allowance of relocation stipend of 7,500, a sign-on bonus of 16,000 US dollars. So they also provide medical, dental, life insurance, vision, and disability. Plus, they have also the tuition reimbursement. Plus, they also have retirement benefits and the paid time off. So if you are interested, or if you know anybody who might be interested for this opportunity, please send in your application to www.amnhealthcare.com/forward international, and me and my team will be happy to call you to discuss about this opportunity in details. Um, we will be discussing also about the reason why Pennsylvania is a good opportunity to start your career in the US. So first is the affordable living. So Pennsylvania has a very low cost of living. So they have lower cost of living compared to the other neighboring states. Plus, the cost of living in Pennsylvania is lower than the general lower than the national average. So it means your money has more value, and it can go farther for towards your housing, towards your utilities or other expenses. So if you look at the see here, we are showing you some comparison of the cost comparison among other states. 100 is the US average. So we are comparing Pennsylvania with the other neighboring states plus California. We added California because we know there's a lot of nurses who wanted to go to California. But let's talk about Pennsylvania. So if you can see, if 100% is for the US average, Pennsylvania is only 94.5%. So that means that 94.6. So that means it is 5.4 lower than the national average. Comparing to New Jersey, which has which is 119.4%, and that is 19.4 higher than the national average. Then New York is 172. That's New York is 1.72.5. Then Washington D.C. is 1.51.9%. So they are higher than the national average, plus the California. Again, we include the California because we know there's a lot of nurses wanting to go to California. So it's 149.9%. So it's 49.9 higher than the national average. So Pennsylvania has lower cost of living. Another reason is the education. So either you are looking it for yourself to enhance your or to go further your studies, or for your children. Most of the nurses, or most of those who wanted to go to US, either allied or nurses, wants to go to US because of the future of the children. So good education is a good foundation. If you're looking for a top university or top colleges, then Pennsylvania is the place to be. Pennsylvania also is the third in the nation for the quality of best colleges. That is according to the Wall Street Journal. So there's a dozen of good private and publicly supported community universities and college throughout Pennsylvania. Another reason why Pennsylvania is a good option is it is a land of job and opportunity. So, Pennsylvania is the home of 21 Fortune 500 companies. So the job market is built on a solid foundation and established industries. So it means there's a lot of opportunities for the spouses, for the dependents who are not into healthcare. So there are other opportunities waiting for you in the U.S. Another reason is the four seasons. So for the four seasons, so you will enjoy the fall, the spring, the summer, the winter, and you have something to look forward every year. Plus, you will enjoy the different seasonal activities what Pennsylvania can offer you. Last is the proximity of major cities. So living in Pennsylvania means you just have a short drive to neighboring major cities like the New York City, the Washington D.C., or the Baltimore. So living in Pennsylvania will offer, if you can see on the map, so it is there's a lot of neighboring the New York, so it's just very close, just few hours drive in there, so you can enjoy. So that gives you it offers you the chance to explore different cities without the hassle and bustle of living on those states. um so those were the major reasons. Those were the major reasons why Pennsylvania, relocating to a new place. Cost of living is very important. There's a lot of factors to consider, and Pennsylvania is a good option, as I have mentioned. And before I end about Pennsylvania, about this client, again, I would like to encourage everybody, if you're interested, to send in your application. To send in your application at www.amnhealthcare.com/forward international, and we will be happy. We already started recruiting for their interview. That is on December 5. So send your application. And before I end this, I would like to show you or to share with you some slides of the new arrival nurses, AMN nurses to the U.S. So we're happy to see them that they started living their American dreams. Like you, they also dream to work in the U.S. They patiently waited because of the retrogression, and they trust the process. So I would like to encourage everybody also who wish to work or who has a dream to coming to U.S. to believe in your dream. Start your immigration process now. Put your application in line to get the priority date. AMN Healthcare can help you with that, especially with our staffing opportunities. We can file for your green card now. There's no better time than today. So know that AMN will always be here to assess throughout the process, from licensing to immigration to onboarding. You have heard about our guests, how we supported them. So start your journey with us, start your immigration journey with us, and we will be here and guide you in every step. in every step of the process. So thank you, and thank you for joining us. Have a nice day. Thank you, Lucy.
Those smiling faces. Thank you so much. Holly, join us with the clinical corner.
Hi, good morning, Lucy.
Hey, by the way, you have some news to share before we get started here.
Yes, I've been out for a couple weeks, so I got married at the end of September, and oh, yep, there's my new hubby, and we enjoyed a 2-week honeymoon, and now we're back to the daily grind, but we're very happy, and it's been an amazing few weeks.
It's the newlywed. It is the best day of your life, isn't it?
It is.
Congratulations. You look absolutely gorgeous. Back to business here. What do you got for the clinical tips for the clinical corner today?
So I have been. Hi again. So I've been working with nurses for many years who are from other countries. And it seems like sometimes there is a surprise in store for some of you when you get here and you've practiced in healthcare in another country. So in terms of trust, professional trust in action is kind of what I want to talk about for a couple seconds. Basically, when we go somewhere as healthcare professionals, we've talked about this on the LaFora Talk Show, that the profession of nursing in particular is the most trusted profession in the United States. That means the public trusts us. And that's really both a blessing and a burden. But when you get here to begin your career, there are so many things that may be different and overwhelming and stressful. And you want to feel trust in your new colleagues, and they want to trust you. However, the way in which we communicate and build trust may look very different from what you're used to. So for instance, if we are talking about an event that may have just occurred, maybe we had a patient who coded, a team responds to the bedside, they're trying to resuscitate the patient, and afterwards there's a group debrief and someone says, well, I wish that Jane had maybe had a little more timely response. Can we look at how the call happened to get help, or can we look at whether there's an opportunity to maybe improve communication? Now, if Jane shuts down and says, "Oh, I can't believe you're spotlighting me. This is so embarrassing," that would actually be surprising. So trust comes from that open communication and open dialogue, and also a constant focus on patient safety before personal ego. So that can be really off-putting if you're involved in discussions with a group or even in front of a patient. How can we make this work better? Or no, don't do that right now. I need you to stop and let me take over. And someone may feel like, well, what am I doing wrong? We're in front of a patient. Don't correct me because we're in front of a patient. Ultimately, remember, patient safety is first. And if that is always your priority and you're openly communicating and you're frequently looking for opportunities for improvement, not to say that you even made a mistake or that the team made a mistake, but how could it be better the next time? If that's your constant focus, it leads to an improved relationship with your colleagues and a better, safer environment for the patients you're caring for. So that's kind of my tip for the day, is building trust, means open communication and frequently looking for opportunities to improve patient safety and improve individual and group performance, regardless of whether that's uncomfortable or not. It's important for us in the US healthcare culture to always be looking at those things. Thanks, and have a great rest of your week and a lovely weekend.
Congratulations again, Holly. And the chat's also wishing you congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Happy
Very
Halloween.
Yes, thank you. Good luck, everybody. Hope you have a fun holiday if you're getting ready to celebrate Halloween.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Holly. Well, we have reached the end of our show. Let's take a look at our upcoming shows. We have many shows here, so let's see. Our next Onwards and Upwards show, Immigration Q&A. I saw here in the chat that somebody had asked about retrogression, so we will have our lawyers, wonderful lawyer partners, Chris and Mike, on November the 15th to answer your immigration questions live. Our next Lafora Talk Show with Holly, it's going to be October 29th. That's next week on Tuesday. And you can never forget our podcast, Nursing in America. You can listen to it on our website, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Google, wherever you get your podcast. Listen to Nursing in America. It is actually on the top charts in many, many countries around the world. And we are just there and helping nurses, and they are letting you into their lives and their journeys. It's absolutely wonderful. We want to hear from you. What should we cover on our upcoming shows? This show is for you. Send us a message. Let us know what you think should be the next show topics over the next several months. You can also put it here in the chat. We love to hear from you. Don't forget about our AMN Academy. This is one of our most successful, popular shows because we are here to help educate you to be licensed and ready to go for your American dream. Every other week, so we have NCLEX classes with iPass. Niner joins us every second and fourth Monday for TOEFL and IELTS classes, as well as Aspire RN. Dr. Paul is also here on the third Mondays to help you with your NCLEX preparation. Thank you again so much for joining us. And one more quick thing, we are doing a photo contest. And the photo contest, send us your pictures of fall. We've been talking about fall and Halloween and the changing of the colors. We want to see your pictures. Send us one picture, your favorite picture, and we will post it here. Everybody gets to vote, and we have some fantastic prizes. So make sure that you go through all of your cameras and make sure you pick your favorite photo. You can submit until November the 8th. Thank you so much again for joining us. And as we always say, onwards and upwards. Take care, everyone.